Pickaxe.
Thanks for dropping into the cast party. Join the cast and crew as they are finalized from their Hollywood film set into the crazy world of Fendrea. And action! Welcome, cast and crew, to the finale. The end of a over 3-year-long campaign. It's crazy to think that we are finally here, but we are so glad to be able to enjoy it with you all. But this is not the end of Cast Party. Not even close. In just 2 weeks, you will have a bunch of content headed your way. Not only will we be dropping the trailer for Season 2 along with a super surprise announcement, we will also be dropping a lore video directed by Colin describing our new world as we start our brand new adventure. And can I say, it's so good. It's so good. We're so excited. So stay tuned. But for now, let's jump into the very last episode of Campaign 1. Before we get into it, I would like everyone to know, every single character's decision in this episode was made by the player playing them. So please just keep that in mind as you listen through the finale. This is how we all wanted to end the story. None of us were persuaded into doing the decisions that we made in this episode. This was the player's decision. And I mean every single player. So sit back, enjoy, grab a snack, grab a drink, and maybe a couple tissues. Welcome to the end. And I'm ready for one last clap.
That's not even true. We have BTS after this. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I am joined by my lovely cast and crew, Ryan McManus.
Hi, Sebastian Vivaldi Greensleeves, an emo at heart musician who may have been struggling to find his way in LA, but has quickly found a home. Not in Fendrea, but in 3 Hollywood goofballs. Nah, but for real, one time he was flailing around on stage and accidentally stubbed his toe on his guitarist's amp. The high-pitched squeal let out in the microphone, was recorded and then sampled by another local rival band, placed into their newest single as a breakdown call-out, and though embarrassed, it does kind of go really hard, but he feels he can't listen to the song ever.
Very cute, very intriguing.
Anna Brisbane.
Sky, Elven Druid actress who for her second date with a magician brought him to her side of things by going to the Wildlife Learning Center, which provides sanctuary for non-releasable wildlife, along with conservation education. They went on a little private tour where they fed porcupines and pet sloths, hung out with the tortoises and more. They got dinner afterwards and drinks and had such a good time that they joked, well, Blueberry happened to be wearing a white dress. But no, that'd be ridiculous. Unless they got married that night at one of those rushed marriage chapels that happened to have last-minute cancellation. It just felt like fate. And the next morning was very sobering, and they agreed to tell absolutely no one. They gave it a shot secretly for 33 days before his love of In-N-Out, Blue's insistence on veganism, and their respective show business schedules proved too much to deal with, and they filed for divorce. The next day, Blue headed to set to reshoot the finale of Through the Realms of Myria.
Oh,
That's so recent. That's way more recent than I thought. Whoa!
Oh, wowee.
What a banger to go out on.
Dang.
And they're not even divorced yet. Nigel Deacon.
The time has come. Xander Gucci Supreme, who is, first of all, so glad that he's finally found a family again. But more importantly, the movie that he watched as a kid that inspired him to get into filmography was none other than the prolific Johnny Tsunami. He really loved the character Brett, the bully, as most people would call him, but to Xander was more of like an unsung hero. He's been striving to reach Johnny Tsunami levels ever since, but is so terrified of the thought of watching a movie that could be worse than Johnny Tsunami that he made, that he won't watch anything that he's made.
For a hot second, I thought Johnny Tsunami was animated, and I got real confused.
Really?
No, you're thinking of Mako Tsunami from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Ah, there it is.
Oh my god.
And Vince Perino.
Jett Boulder Chambers, the big burly heartthrob whose love resides with his mom and, of course, puppy Princess Pebbles. When Jett and the crew disappeared from Earth, investigations began on where they had all gone off to. A few days into the search, investigators began to look more into Jett's personal life to see maybe someone had something against him, or maybe he had a secret stalker he had never come out about before. So they started with his mom, Charlotte, asking about his personal life, how many close friends he had, who he deals with on a daily basis, and what his financial life was like. To their surprise, his financial status was much lower than they had anticipated. Further investigation led them to many red flags in his bank account, credit cards, investments, and past and present casting contracts. Money was being stolen from every account he had. After weeks of questioning, looking over past financial statements, and following the avenues in which this missing money was going, it all led to one person: Jett's agent, Peter Donahue. Exactly 3 weeks after the disappearance of Jett and the rest of the crew, Peter was arrested on suspicion of embezzlement and extortion, and all of the lost finances are set to be returned to Jett if he is to be found alive again.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Jett's gonna be wealthy.
Let's go. It's about
Gonna
time.
be rich for the first time.
With that, let's talk about what happened last time. You fought with Volazar and Digu, a chaotic battle from the start. Volazar came out swinging his bladed arm, dashing through you all, slicing you and showing you visions of death of various people around Fendrea. Sebastian took it upon himself to stop Digu, using Rowlethims to incapacitate him not once, but twice, so he was unable to move. Blueberry turned into an elephant, and from her wild shape was able to cast Polymorph on Digu to turn him into a whale, making him immobile in this room and taking him completely out of the fight. Jett and Xander continued to attack Volazar, Jett slashing with his sword from atop pebbles, and Xander in his werebat form, now able to control it. You continued the assault inside this dome, until Xander's crown of stars shattered Volazar's magical bladed arm. At that moment, Kingsley let down the magical barrier and casted a spell that caused you all not to be able to move, as time completely stopped for you. You saw Volazar summon 6 portals in this room to different areas of Fendrea, and he entered the one leading to Alana's wake. The 5 dark angels broke through the domed roof and shattered the portal Volazar went through before heading into the other portals themselves. Time caught up, and you were able to move again. You each headed for different portals. Blueberry went to Pastow and stopped the hammer-wielding angel from collapsing the bridge on the city by bringing him back to the portal room as a turtle. Sebastian went to Windermere, where he stopped an army of skeletons being created by the skull-wielding angel. He summoned a meteor swarm from the sky, annihilating the battlefield. Jett rushed to Helios, where he stopped the 4-sworded angel from killing individuals across the city. Xander flew to the Evergem, where he stopped the staff-wielding angel from overloading the gem completely. Xander and Jett reconvened in Burnndarium, where they stopped the angel with the haunting voice from charming any more of the mechanical animals, while Blueberry and Sebastian dealt with the turtle angel. You reconvened and put all of the pieces of the portal back together, causing a magical explosion of energy awakening Kingsley. Kingsley gave you all a part of his magic, making you a bit healthier, a bit stronger, for you all headed through the portal to Alana's wake. When you arrived, you saw Volazar had broken down the tower that encased the ley line. He was inside the ley line itself and killed Veltrin before your eyes. In that moment, he expanded the ley line into a large X in the sky with him in the center. Each spoke of the X leading to another elemental plane. You watched him grow monstrous and take on the elements. Stone skin, water spewing from his legs, keeping him aloft, fiery hair, and an air jet cutting through the clouds where his right arm should be. Now you see Volazar, absolutely massive, 100 foot tall, 50 foot wide, sitting inside the ley lines, 100 feet ahead of you. He's just off the edge of the cliff. And so the scene is set. The question is, can you distract him?
Probably.
You could try. What do you need?
How do we distract that? I'm gonna try to close the rifts, but he's strong. You just need to keep him busy.
How long do you need?
I don't know how this is gonna work. Volazar is using his own magic to keep these portals open. Kingsley, on his turn, is going to try to close each of the portals. It's going to be a contested spell casting check between Kingsley and Volazar. The more damage you do to Volazar each round, the lower his modifier for his spell casting check is. These are normal checks, so you can also buff Kingsley through things like Bardic to make it easier or make it harder for Volazar. The changes to Volazar's spellcasting modifier only affect that turn. With that, we are still in initiative, and we are partway through this round already. And where we are is at the lair action. Volazar's lair actions are going to be a little bit different. Normally, Volazar would pick a lair action. In this case, we're going to roll a d4, and we're going to determine what element takes over for this round. That is a 1, Earth. You see that all of this earth starts coming out of the portal. These giant chunks of rock, and they're floating through the air. And you see that Volazar himself, the entire body, starts to become harder and more stone. Since all of you just got here, you are all on the ground. I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from everyone.
Also, who's got foresight? Jett
and Xander.
and Xander. So advantage to you. Oh, dear God. 2.
Dirty 20.
+3.
You are in Jett's order.
23.
23 as well.
Wait, so that means I got a 5.
14.
Jett and Blueberry failed. You feel as the ground beneath your feet, it starts to shake and splinter. Some of it turns to mud as your feet start to fall. You are restrained.
Uh-huh.
You can see that right now, Volazar is primarily earthen in nature. He is now empowered by earth for this round. With that, Blueberry, it is your turn.
Reminder that Jett and Pebbles still have Longstrider on them. I am going to use my third and final wild shape Misty Step to blink 30 feet northeast. So I am no longer in the aura, but I'm a bit closer to him and the cliff. That being bonus action, I'm gonna hit Volazar with a little 5th level moonbeam. Con save 24.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
Starting off pretty low. That's only a 15.
Okay. Ooh, 31 radiant damage. Obviously, I'm just popping that right on top of him. So concentration on a little beam right there. I also have movement, I guess. I'm no longer restrained, right? I misty stepped out of it.
Correct.
I'm stampeding like 40 feet closer to the cliff. And that's my turn.
At the end of Blueberry's turn, we're going to use a mythic action to summon elemental. It's going to summon an earth elemental right in front of you, Jett, from the ground. This earth stands up in front of you and immediately takes a large swing at you. Jett, you are restrained, so it has advantage on its attacks.
But foresight gives it disadvantage, right?
So this will be a normal attack. Natural 2, so that one's not going to hit. Second one is a natural 1.
Oh,
Let
buddy.
go.
Hey.
This being comes out and does 2 big slams at your feet, but you're on Pebbles. She's able to kick up like a horse while you're still able to stay on her back as she pushes this being away. Jett, that is your turn, and then Kingsley is on deck for our first check.
As Pebbles was rearing back, like you said, Jett, pulling his sword out, is going to start chipping away while she's up on her hind legs at this earth that's holding her down. As he does, he's casting Freedom of Movement.
So she's just instantly unrestrained.
You touch a willing creature for the duration. The target's movement is unaffected by a difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained.
Nice.
I would take an opportunity attack. You know what? I'm going to do it. Pebbles and Jett are going to fly straight up into the air over this earth elemental and fly straight towards Volazar with plenty of extra movement.
Oh, great. Leave him with me.
Earth Elemental is going to attack you with disadvantage this time. It's an 18. It's still not going to hit you, but it's pretty close. Is able to get one hand upon Pebbles' back foot. She's able to slip out of it as you burst with that air behind you, and you're able to get all the way over to Volazar. At the end of your turn, going to take another mythic action to make a slam attack on you now that you are in range of Volazar. You can see his one arm has completely turned to stone. The fist is 25 foot in diameter, coming down and trying to slap you out of the air. He does have disadvantage. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
29 plus 18 magical bludgeoning damage.
In response, when that hit goes through, you can see a large portion of that earth that surrounds his arm gets absorbed into Jett's shield, and I'm using one of my charges to make myself resistant to that damage.
It's all magical bludgeoning, so 29 plus 18, 47. So you're going to take half of that, 23 bludgeoning on that. That is the end of your turn, Jett, and that means we are to Kingsley and Volazar. I think I'm going to roll all of these in front of the table. We're going to start with Volazar. Volazar was barely hit this round, so his bonus is extremely high right now, but still a chance. That's a 34 for Volazar. Kingsley got a natural 1.
Wow.
Come on.
I'm not even going to bother helping you.
Kingsley's just getting into it. He falls a little bit as he's trying to get his footing and get close enough to Volazar to really start breaking down these ley lines. We are to the top of initiative with Volazar. He's going to start with 2 slam attacks against Jett. Disadvantage, 34 to hit.
Oh my god.
Second attack, disadvantage, 31 to hit. The first one is 36 magical bludgeoning, and the second one is 31 magical bludgeoning. Those were his 2 slam attacks. He now gets to use an elemental power.
Jeez.
He's going to use a storm surge. From behind him, from the water plane, you see this explosion of water and clouds. A storm appears out of nowhere, much like that massive storm you dealt with on this plane of Alana's Wake before. All of a sudden, you see these lightning shocks come down. He's going to be hitting Jett, Blueberry, and Xander and Sebastian. You are close enough together right now that he can hit both of you with the third one.
That's not fair. I haven't gotten to move yet.
Let me get away from him.
I need dex saves from everyone.
Advantage to those who have it.
22.
Fail.
And I'm out of Jett's aura.
2.
24?
24 passes. It's 19 lightning damage, half on a save, so Jett, you'll take 9. If you fail, this turn, lightning is coursing through your veins. Can't control yourself as quickly. You may use an action or a bonus action on your next turn.
Ugh.
I made a con save of 14, so I think we're good.
Volazar is not going to move. He's happy staying in the ley lines right now. Sebastian, that is your turn with Xander on deck. You see 10 feet in front of you is that earth elemental.
Seeing the amount of elemental planes surging into this little cliffside, Daisy switches up songs and starts rocking out to the Captain Planet theme song. We're going to start with a 5th level Rowlathim Psychic Lance on Volazar. Can I have an intelligence save, please?
17.
Fails.
Legendary resistance.
Let's go. With that, because I can only use one action, we're going to use my last echo. My last one I only get 2 per long rest.
Do you want to do the damage for Rowlathims before you forget?
Hey, that's probably a good idea. 17 total psychic damage. We're going to do an echo to do a 3rd level thunder wave centered on myself towards the earth elemental. Can I have a con save, please?
11.
11 fails as I come down for a big crash hit with the drumsticks. Slams it back for good damage. 21 plus 6, 27 thunder damage, and he is pushed back 10 feet from me. We're going to move Daisy 20 feet close to him, and I am going to go 30 feet west towards Kingsley. That is the end of my turn.
You push the elemental away from you, and Daisy's riding the sound waves, getting right up in front of this elemental. You are able to cause some psychic damage to Volazar from afar, but he seems like he's able to continue moving.
As I run past Xander, I'm like, you can blast that thing, right? I pushed him away. Just, can you do something, please?
Maybe.
Okay. That's all I need.
Xander, that's your turn.
As I'm like twitching from getting zapped with lightning, 30 feet northwest, and I'm gonna shout, I wish you were as stupid as your ideals were. And I'm gonna cast Feeble Mind on Volazar. It's an intelligence save.
That's a 15.
That fails.
What does he feel happening to him?
He feels just a whole bunch of little tiny Xanders entering his brain, saying nonsense at him.
Did you know that the Earth is actually hollow? Did you know that the moles were invented by the government scientists? Did you know Johnny Tsunami is the best movie that's ever been made?
You feel like you've invaded that mind. All of a sudden, you feel these elements erupt in his mind. This is all he's thinking about. Not what you're saying. It is the fire spreading across the plains, the tsunamis occurring across Vendrea. It is the air ripping up trees and throwing them into the earth. He's going to use his last legendary resistance. That was his 4th legendary resistance.
Damn.
All right, well, he still takes 4d6 of damage. 13 psychic damage.
At the end of your turn, he is going to use 3 mythic actions, and he is going to double empower. His next time the lair action occurs, he's going to be empowered by 2 elements this turn, and that's the lair action. He's no longer empowered by earth. We're going to roll a d4. He'll become empowered by that element. If he rolls the same thing again, he cannot be double empowered by the same element. So there is a chance that he's not empowered by more than one thing. First, we're going to roll another 1. That is another earth. Second one is a 4. That is air. We're going to do these in order. Earth. If you are on the ground or in the sky, I need dexterity saving throws.
Lucky point.
25 for Jett.
Fail.
14.
10.
All of you are on the ground. Jett was the only one in the air, but passes anyway. Jett, you see from this rift these giant spires of earth coming out, but you're able to fly atop pebbles, dodging these Volazar slams as he's moving slowly. These bursts of earth are coming into the air at you, but you are able to dodge them. The rest of you, same thing happens. You become restrained on the ground. Then we have air, where you can feel from all around the air is starting to move towards Volazar, like he is sucking in like a vacuum. I need strength saving throws from everyone.
Do I even bother rolling?
For real.
That was a nat 20, but it's a 19.
I'll count the nat 20.
Fail.
Nat 20.
19.
Xander, I do need to know what you rolled.
14.
Xander, you failed by 9, meaning you are being pulled 90 feet towards Volazar, which means you lift off of the ground and you fly in the air, colliding with Volazar. That was unfortunately a big hit. Xander, you're going to be taking 31 non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Then that is only 15.
Jett, you are pulled into Volazar, but you are so close to him, you are taking much less than that as you are able to fight it off in the air. You're taking 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
That's the lair action. Blueberry, we are to you with the elements on deck.
Can't move. I can only do one action or bonus action. With my trunk, I'm going to spray necrotic rot upon him with the 5th level blight.
Ooh.
Con save 24.
Nat 20.
Silvery barbs. Reroll.
Natural 2. So he does fail.
Haha. 34 necrotic. Does my restrainment end?
It does at the end of your turn. Next is the elementals. Sebastian, you see in front of Daisy, the elemental starts to move. This is an earth elemental, but wow, is it moving fast. You can see that it is empowered by the air. You see it dashes towards you. It does not provoke opportunity attack from Daisy right now. And it will be taking 2 slam attacks against you. First one's 24.
Yeah,
Second one's 16 is all.
that is my AC.
First attack, 31 damage. Second attack is 20 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, ow! Holy shit!
Jett, that is you. Kingsley is on deck.
Sebastian, the moment that this elemental comes up on you, you can see to your right that this celestial of Charlotte is knocking 2 arrows aiming right at that elemental. 22 for the first hit,
Hits.
13 for the second.
13 does not hit.
10 damage. As that happens, Jett is going to fly up further towards the arm of Volazar, and as he's coming up, he's letting that sword hang down and just letting the momentum of flying straight up do the attack on it. 28 for the first hit,
Hits.
30 for the second hit.
Hit.
I forgot to give my advantage from silvery barbs. Can I give it to Daisy?
Let's go! Daisy! Fuck him up.
Okay.
So that's 13 slashing, 12 radiant for the first attack. Second attack is going to be 12 slashing, 8 radiant. Bonus action, that radiant energy expands deeper into this arm using a first level for Divine Smite. Extra 6 damage radiant.
That is Kingsley's turn. Kingsley currently has a plus 10 to his spellcasting. Volazar right now, plus 6. First, we're going to roll Volazar. So this is going to be a plus 6. Nat 1. Oh, 19 plus 10, 29.
Boy!
Okay.
Anna, roll me a d4.
Which one's closing?
Okay. 2.
That is water. Volazar will no longer have access to water. If he rolls water during his lair action, he's not empowered this round. You also see a massive chunk taken out of Volazar. That is Volazar's turn. He is still empowered by both earth and air. He's going to first do his 2 slam attacks. This time, Xander is in front of him as well. First one against Xander with disadvantage. Blue, Moonbeam is still up, correct?
Oh yeah, con save 24.
It's a 23.
Ha ha ha. 31 radiant.
You see his hands coming down on top of Xander. This is with disadvantage because of foresight. 2 natural 15s, that's a 30 to hit. 26 plus 17 magical bludgeoning. Second attack is coming at you, Jett. With disadvantage, that's a 27 to hit.
That hits.
45 magical bludgeoning.
How'd that make you feel?
Not good.
I'm gonna use my reaction, toss my mask on, and take half of that. You get an extra 2d10 for your next swing. I'm gonna take half that damage. I have to.
So that was 45, so you'll each take 22.
I'm not looking good either, but holy shit.
He is both empowered by earth and air right now, and for his elemental power this turn, he's going to use Whirlwind. And because he's empowered, he can create 2 vortexes. The first one centered on Xander and Jett in front of him. The second one, Blueberry. These tornadoes appear out of thin air. I need strength saving throws from everyone, not Sebastian.
I'm an elephant, bitch. 24.
24 passes.
14.
Fails.
12.
Fails. Jett, I'm going to ask you to roll me a d4. See which direction you go.
2.
You go east 50 feet, and you start flying off the cliffs here. You are still atop pebbles, but you crash into a portion of the cliff. You're taking 46 bludgeoning damage. Xander?
Also 2.
You are following along with Jett. You're also taking that 46. Blueberry, this whirlwind tries to move you, tries to lift you up. You're able to hold yourself down enough on the ground. You're such a large elephant that all of a sudden it reverses in direction and it slams you to the ground. You're taking half of that 46.
My con save was 13 plus, so I think I'm good.
He is empowered by Earth. He wants to get out of this moonbeam. Theoretically can get all the way to Sebastian. He's just going to be moving onto the Earth enough, standing over top of Kingsley. This absolutely massive being. You're being rained on by water. There's bits of charred lava coming off that you're dodging as he moves up onto the Earth. Sebastian, that is you with Xander on deck.
Oh, we are going to start with a 3rd level Thunder Wave on the Elemental, just coming down for another hefty China symbol. Crash for con save 22.
19 plus 2 is only 21.
Let's go. 18 plus 6 thunder damage. He's going to be pushed 10 feet directly towards Daisy, who's going to be coming from behind, butt end, taking a swing, flying right towards me. Let's go, Daisy. 32 to hit.
Very much hits.
21 plus 6, 27 force damage from Daisy.
That's enough to kill the elemental.
Let's go! 20, 25,
Hell
30.
yeah.
30 feet northeast, running towards my friends, but also towards Voldazar, which is not fun as this rock elemental just gets destroyed and I'm running through all the pebbles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move Daisy because I pushed the elemental into Daisy. Daisy didn't need to move to hit, so we're going to move Daisy 20 feet north for Volazar, and that is the end of my turn.
End of your turn, gonna take a slam attack on Blueberry. 23 to hit. 42 magical bludgeoning damage.
Is that a joke? 30. I had 34, so that's 8 damage onto real Blueberry. I still have temp HP.
Oh, you're not even through your temp. Let's go.
So I need a con save of 21 with advantage because of Warcaster. Let's go! 21!
Moonwave is still up. Xander.
If I'm able to do that, then I will hop on the back of Pebbles. This is not going how I thought it would. Amidst that, it feels like a waste because it's just one target, but the frustration of everything that's been going on, a scream echoes out from inside Xander's head right into Volazar's, and I have another intelligence save for Psychic Scream.
12.
He fails. He's stunned until next
Let's
turn.
go! Fuck him up.
Actually, he's stunned until he passes an intelligence save at the end of his turn.
Damn.
He has so many condition immunities, and stunned is not one of them.
Let's fucking
My
go.
fucking boy!
On top of that, he is taking 58 psychic damage.
Stunned creatures cannot take legendary actions.
Xander is just like on Jett's back, hit Jett in the back with a closed fist of frustration and looks pissed off. And then Volazar has like a moment of shock and then just looks dazed standing there.
Can't move, can't speak, incapacitated, automatically fails strength and dex saves, and attack rolls have advantage. Can't take actions or reactions.
Sending stone out to everyone. Let's take him out now. Bonus action, I'll send out a Crown of Stars. 29 to hit. Wow. 44 radiant damage. Plus another 49 radiant damage.
Keep it up.
All right, that's turned it around a little bit for how I thought things were going to go.
The end of your turn, he cannot use any of his legendary actions because he is stunned, though that does turn into the lair action. I'm going to roll a d4. 3 fire. This fire from this ley line starts to expel through the area, and it fills the sky, and it starts filling different portions of the ground, and there's heat all over the place. I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
14 for Jett.
Dirty 20 for Xander.
11.
17.
All fails. Everyone's going to take 26 fire damage. Volazar does indeed become empowered by this fire. It looks like he wants to use it, but his body's just not moving anymore.
21 on my concentration check.
I'm unconscious.
Oh!
Sebastian is unconscious from the flames.
As an action, I am extending my arm straight forward at the moonbeam, shifting it to the left, moving it right over the center of Bitch Face. As a bonus action, I'm throwing a 2nd level healing word
Oh, thank you.
at Sebastian. 10 hit points.
I will take it. Thank you so much. The heat wave is just too much, and I get hit by a little pebble that's falling out of the earth elemental, and it's enough to stop me for a second, but then I come back up and I'm trying to catch my balance.
You just get sprinkled with like a little gentle waft of pollen and you sneeze awake.
Ah, God!
And since he's stunned, I'm going to step back 40 feet into Jett's aura.
The end of your turn, it would be the elemental's turn, yet there are no elementals up. Jett, that is you. You are right before Kingsley.
Xander, how you feeling, buddy?
I'll be fine.
Do you want me to drop you off somewhere? I gotta get close, man.
Not over the cliff, please.
All right. I'll fly us right next to Blueberry. Give Xander the opportunity to jump off if he'd like.
I'll let you do that on, even though it's your turn.
And as he jumps off, I'm going to fly right back over in front of Sebastian, kind of hover right in front of him. As I'm coming through, again, using the momentum of Pebbles moving so quick, just holding the sword out and letting it cut through Volazar as I make my way towards Sebastian. 19 to hit for the first.
Does not hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction. Normal Bardic. 9. I just see you coming out. I'm on my knees, and I just have my hand up ready for a high five as you pass through.
So that first attack will hit.
And the second one's a 30.
2 hits on Volazar.
16 slashing with an extra 12 radiant altogether. Bonus action at second level this time, Divine Smite. 15 extra radiant.
We are now to Kingsley and Volazar trying to keep the ley lines open. Kingsley has +10. Volazar this round, +1.
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
That's an 18 total.
Silvery barbs. Except that only actually goes if you succeed, so I don't know.
Let's see what Kingsley does first, and then we'll decide if you want a silvery barb. Kingsley needs an 8 or higher.
Whoa.
No fucking way! Oh, shit.
That's an 8. So technically, it's contested and equal.
I'm silvery barbsing.
So he has to roll again and take the new total. So he needs less than a 17. 9.
Oh, my God.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Perfect.
Blueberry, this was all you. I'm going to ask you to roll me a d4 to see which portal Kingsley closes. If you roll a 2, you'll just re-roll. Kingsley is closing a portal no matter what.
4.
No longer has access to air. And again, you see this massive chunk of Volazar's form fall off.
And I'm giving myself advantage.
We're back to the top with Volazar. He is stunned. End of his turn. He will make a intelligence saving throw. Since we've done this before, if he rolls a nat 20, he'll get his full turn. What's the DC, Xander?
22.
He needs a 15 or higher, and if he gets a nat 20, he'll get his full turn.
Yes!
Oh, good.
Oh, my God.
Yes!
Natural 2. Volazar is still stunned. Blueberry, I'll do the saving throw for Moonbeam, but he's starting his turn in Moonbeam. Another natural 2. That's going to fail as well. So roll me that damage. And then Sebastian, you're up, and then Xander's on deck.
Another 31 radiant. So consistent.
Damn.
Sebastian, you're up. Xander on deck. Only 2 portals still up, and he is still stunned.
Daisy doesn't go away if you pass out, right?
Oh, my God. Daisy's concentration. Yeah, so Daisy's gone. On the ground, I just finished the high five. I'm bringing that hand down, smacking the ground, and I'm 4th level, dimension door, 80 feet to the east. I need to get away from everything.
It's not much, but you're getting out of the fray. Xander, that is your turn. Lair action after.
I really want to get back some health. So against my better judgment, I'm running right up to his leg, and I'm hitting him with a vampiric touch, which I haven't done since
Ooh, Ermina?
22 to hit.
That hits.
Thank goodness. 20 necrotic damage. So as long as that actually does 20 necrotic damage, I heal 10. Ooh, who's more hurt right now?
Me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to send over 5 whole good vibes at Sebastian.
It is so appreciated.
Wow, I'm so sorry. 8.
Oof.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was 3 2s
What
and
the
2
fuck?
1s.
It's okay.
The vibes are off. I'm sorry.
Chills down my spine as I pop up in my new space.
Lair action. Only 2 of these he can be empowered by. He needs to either get a 1 or a 3 to become empowered. That is a 1. He is empowered by Earth, and he dex saves from everyone.
I got an at 20.
That'll pass. You are not restrained.
23.
That also passes. You are not restrained.
22. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can't get restrained.
22 does indeed fail. So it's different if you're on the air or on the ground.
Oh.
And you are in the air. So you're going to be taking 29 bludgeoning damage as these huge chunks of earth are just shooting out of the portals.
So those chunks of earth, they start hitting Jett left and right. That shield, as he is just bleeding from the mouth. This shield comes out in front of him when the last one's about to hit him in the face. That sigil on it starts to glow and expand, and when that hits it, it explodes. It saves Jett from getting downed. And with that explosion, it's aimed right at Volazar. He now needs to make a Constitution saving throw and take 8d10 radiant damage.
Whoa.
23. He'll take half of that 8d10. And you are still at 1 HP.
38 altogether.
I rolled my third 3 on this dex save, by the way, so that's a 5.
You are restrained.
That sigil is completely gone now, so I'm unable to do anything with it.
Blue, that is you. Jett on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step 30 feet in the direction of Jett. This isn't really what I wanted to do, but it's better than nothing. And then I'm going to run an extra 20 feet into his aura. I'm gonna use my action to use Thorn Whip to Mage Hand a potion of healing superior into his mouth.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm going to say, since you're using an action, that it's the full healing.
8d4 plus 8.
Okay.
Okay.
28 hit points.
Jett, you are up. Kingsley's on deck.
A little bit more pep in my step after having a soda, getting a little more invigorated, flying up higher, trying to go for the other arm that I haven't been attacking yet. See if I could weaken that one a little bit more. 20 for the first hit.
That'll hit.
21 for the second.
Also hits.
12 immediately slashing. 10 extra slashing on top of that. 7 radiant plus an extra 11, so 18 radiant altogether. And then as I'm flying up, right behind me, you can see 2 of those arrows fly through going towards the head of Volazar from the Celestial. 17 for the first one.
Won't do it.
12 for the second one.
Not able to connect. We are to Kingsley. Right now, Volazar has a +7. Kingsley has a +10. We're going to do Volazar first. It's only a 3. +7 is 10, so Kingsley will have to get a 1 to fail. Kingsley got an 11, so 21 total. Jett, roll me a d4. We're looking for a 1 or a 3, and re-roll if you don't get one.
1.
He has no longer access to the plane of Earth. Fire is the only thing he has left. We're back to the top of the order with Volazar. I'm gonna roll a d20. +7. He needs a 15 or higher to no longer be stunned. And if he rolls a nat 20, he gets his full turn. Say dirty 20.
Oh,
shit.
Just not enough.
Oh.
He is still stunned. Go ahead and do your damage, Blueberry.
He needs to reroll con save.
23?
Ooh, just fails. 32, bitch.
That's his turn. Sebastian with Xander on deck.
Oh, after the dimension door, I show up just on one knee, trying to catch my breath, just looking back at him. Oh, come on, come on, come on. You could do this. It's almost over. Second level healing word on myself. 2 1s for 7 + 6, 13 HP. And we're going to take a crossbow bolt with advantage. 26.
That hits.
Turn around, prop it up on my knee. It's going to be 11 + 6, 17 piercing damage as I just turn around and fire. There's no way I can miss that massive of a man. Bolt just flies and makes contact.
Xander, that's you.
All right. Since I'm concentrating on the vampiric touch, I'm just going to keep smacking him, essentially slapping him with my hands to get this away. 29 to hit.
That hits.
16 necrotic, so I heal for 8. I will take a couple big ol' steps backwards so that I no longer have disadvantage with a bonus action Crown of Stars. 31 to hit.
That hits.
29 radiant damage.
That is the lair action. It only goes off if he rolls a 3 on a d4. That's a 2.
Let's go.
No lair action. You have completely pacified this elemental monster. He's wavering. Blueberry, your turn.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna hit him with the feeble mind.
That's gonna fail. That's a 17.
11 psychic.
Blueberry, Volazar is yours.
Oh!
Holy shit.
I see him all stunned, all dazed, all getting whacked and slapped by my friends. And I just laser in through his eyeballs and at sort of a reversed brain blast zoom into his brain and just crunch it into like a little rotten apple core. And he's just gonna go totally dumb, empty, fall to his knees, not dead yet, but totally useless and ready to be whacked by my friends.
Since I'm right here, I'm just gonna walk up behind him to grasp him with the vampiric touch and hold him in place for the others while I'm just like siphoning out the life from him while all of this is happening. He set up like a T-ball for whatever's next.
You're starting to siphon that energy from him. You see water and fire, though it doesn't hurt as it rushes up your arms. There's little bits of earth. Your hair starts getting blown back underneath that hat of yours, taking on the elements of Volazar. Jett?
Seeing him get held down like this and just ready for one of the final strikes, Jett will fly up into the air, just facing right towards his chest, holding his sword to his side straight forward, flying straight and plunging it into his chest, right where his heart is.
I was saving this spell slot for me, this exact spell. But instead, I'll get up, seeing him stabbed and held in place, extend out a finger gun, and hit him with Disintegrate. As a little blue beam comes out at the sound of a G-note.
G-note shoots. It fuses with Jett's sword. Xander sucking the life force, the elements from Volazar himself. He can't move. He's sitting there open, but that chest cavity, that heart that's keeping him alive is blocked by all these elements. Xander's pulling them back like a curtain, pulling his rib cage open just enough for Jett to get in there. And Jett ignites the heart. It explodes throughout Volazar's body. The elements leave him. His body becomes small once more. The size of a human falls to the ground as it continues to burn as ash. His body looks to be rapidly decaying. All moisture has left his skin. His flesh dried to the bone. Hundreds of years of his life catching up with him in an instant. Above him, you see that final ley line as Kingsley closes it with his mind, holding, straining. Kingsley manipulates the magic back together, shutting off the elements from Fendrea, healing the rift in time and space. This scar upon flesh, this rift is just stitched up piece by piece. And as each side combines together, it's like the ley line was never there. You can see right through where it was. Bright clouds in the distance. Only the roaring wind from the sea below making noise. The rhythmic sound of waves crashing into the cliffs. A calmness in the air.
Is that it?
Is it over? Is he gone? They're shut?
Oh yeah.
I think we did it.
I think it's over.
Fly over and jump off of Pebbles and grab Kingsley.
You see Kingsley fall to his knees, breathing heavily. He looks exhausted, tired, but instantly he's got this giant smile on his face. As you see him, he turns around and grabs you and pulls up your hand so that he can stand up. Instantly throws his arms around you and pulls you in close, Jett.
You did it.
No, we did it. We all did it.
It's over.
That means we gotta get you home, Jett.
We all have to go. Is this it, guys? Do we do it?
We can hit it.
Not here. We should leave. Back through the portal. Maybe we can still get back to Helios.
Yeah, we gotta say goodbye at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't leave without goodbye.
We gotta go quick.
This is the last check mark, Jett. And it's not killing a god. It's not saving an entire world. It's saying goodbye.
I think it'll be a little bit harder than we think. But you're right.
Let's go. You can see Kingsley walk over and he re-enters the portal room upon the Ebon Reach. As the rest of you follow, you see in this room all the portals to these different locations in Fendrea still open. Kingsley starts walking to the middle of this room, but he stops in his tracks and looks at a doorway at the far end of the room, the opposite of where you all entered. Hold on a moment. He walks to the doorway. Minute goes by, and you see him return. holding a staff in his hands. His staff from the movie. He has a bag around his shoulder. Jett, can I see the phone?
Yeah, just don't hit the call button yet.
Or use any of his minutes.
Hand it to him and just hover over him, watching his every move with it.
You see as Kingsley takes the phone, he opens it. There are all of these magic colors on the screen. Kingsley holds the phone open and starts bringing the tip of his staff closer and closer to the screen. You can see on the screen the colors change slightly, showing blue and green and brown. And the tip of Kingsley's staff starts to glow with those same colors. Closes the phone and hands it to you, Jett. I'm not going with you.
What?
What do you mean?
I have spent my life chasing something that felt right, and something that felt like I was supposed to be doing it. Everything I did at home was just because it happened to me. Yeah, I wanted it, but it never felt right. And I think that's because I wasn't here. This is where I was born. I lost all those years on Earth when I should have been here. I could have been helping people here. I'm the last one who has the power of Mistra in their blood. Leaving and going back to Earth, I just don't think that's fair to the people here.
I guess that makes sense. I kind of forgot this is your home. You've been back.
This whole journey was about finding home, and I think that's what I have here. And I'll be busy. The magistrate's still out there. Without any sort of leader, I don't see them being much more than a general nuisance, but there are places all over the plane that need assistance, people that need help. And maybe not just mine. And you can see he looks down at the bag around his shoulder. Do you think it's wrong to bring her back after so many years?
Why would it be wrong?
I don't know if Vendrea would be a better place with her here, or if it's better to move on from all of this. What if she's better off where she is now?
My guess would be if... I don't know how this works, but if she's better off, she'd probably choose to stay. Maybe she won't come back if it's not meant to be that way.
I haven't decided yet. I will get Garrett and Eli home if they wish to go. I should be able to send them there now that the staff has the location of Earth. That will be my first goal.
Oh, okay.
You said the Crimson Grove, right? That's where you're meeting them.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you can come home anytime you want to? You can come visit. You can say hi whenever you want. You can come and see Pebbles and me and Mom, and we can go to the movies. We could see the new movie. How about that?
I don't think if I return to Earth, I can return back here. I don't know yet. And you've seen what this place is. Yes, there are amazing portions of it. Yes, the things people can do are beyond our wildest dreams, but risking bringing that to Earth could jeopardize so many lives. And this is what I want. Maybe not forever. Maybe I'll see you again.
Hold an arm out to grab his.
He pulls you in to put his other arm around you.
And these stones have worked across planes. So I don't see why they wouldn't work on Earth.
What if the magic doesn't stay with it?
It's worked on every other plane.
As we found out, Earth is special. Doesn't have a connection to the plane of magic. We're not sure if things like that will work there or not. But I will keep one.
Even though it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to have 2 phone plans now, I'm keeping this one as well.
Jett, do you think you're still paying your phone plan on Earth?
I hope I haven't been roaming this whole time, too.
Shall we go see Matthias?
Yeah.
You all enter the portal to Helios that is still here. Behind you, you start to hear the Ebon Reach cracking. You see the other portals in this room start to deactivate. And as you walk through, yes, there's a portal behind you. But you're now atop Helios. You see that there are a few bodies in the streets here, Jett, you saw these previously. There are people gathered around, and Matthias is here. You're back. Do you know what happened? We're trying to figure out these... There's an assassin or something. These bodies are...
It was a part of Volazar. That's over. We took care of it.
You did. And Maynard is here.
Honestly, a piece of cake.
I wiped some of the blood off my chin.
If it was going to be a piece of cake for anyone, it would have been you all. Let's find a quiet place. Brings you over to a small area of the public gardens. Very close to where this portal appeared, but it's a little bit quieter. You see there's guards dealing with the murders, trying to clean up the bodies, trying to calm people down. Nice little area with tons of flowers. You have taught me a lot, and you have made an impact on every single person on Fendrea, whether they know it or not. You kept this place as it is, in all its flaws, in all its failure, and all of its triumphs. You stopped a plain-wide tragedy from occurring. I just want you to know that you are the heroes we needed, and I will never forget. And I will miss you all very much.
We couldn't forget you if we tried. Or if Sebastian even used one of his stupid memory things.
We can't even do that anymore. But I can do this! Just launch a fireball across Helios with my last 4th level spell slot.
What was that?
Not the celebration I expected.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm so tired.
Jesus, that was so reckless.
I'm gonna miss that so much.
Oh.
Matthias, I'm gonna be staying in Fendrea, so I'm happy to help you with things you need. And you see Matthias's eyes just light up. Maynard, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh, I already have plans forming in my mind. This is so exciting.
I'll take a step towards Matthias as well. You're not gonna get a chance to miss me either. And I'll look at the rest of the group. I think I'm gonna stay too.
What? Why?
What are you talking about? You can't.
I mean, you guys know it. I didn't really fit in all that well on Earth. At least here, there's proof that these things have happened, that weird stuff is out there, and I've made a difference here. We made a difference here. I just don't see a reason to go back. There's a whole world full of amazing, incredible things, and I finally have the ability to do something about it, you know?
What about all your loved ones at home? What are they gonna think?
What loved ones? I told you guys about my family. Any friends that I had out there. Alright, to be fair, you guys will be the loved ones out there. But you know how like every sappy story ends with like, this isn't goodbye, it's just so long for now? I'll find a way back.
Kingsley stamps his staff on the ground. Whenever you want.
See?
I guess this world is just kind of one big conspiracy theory.
Oh, that reminds me. You guys are going to have to deal with some shit back home because no one's going to believe you. And I'll take out my camera and I'll pop out the SD card. Hand that out.
Oh my god.
It's not going to make it easier, but I think this will probably help.
That's good. Okay, well, if you're gonna stay, you need all these things. And I start pulling out of my bag a potion of invisibility, a potion of frost strength, and movable rod, greater healing, a 3rd level fireball spell scroll, escape artist dice, potion of haste, and I just like toss them into your arms.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Scroll of mass cure wounds, don't forget this.
I'm gonna put all of this into the bag, and maybe someday I'll organize this. Thank you.
Jett will walk over and pull his shield off his back. If you're staying, stay safe. And don't forget us.
Never.
And he'll push the shield on his chest and it starts to levitate around him.
I appreciate this so much, but don't you guys want like souvenirs or something?
I don't know if we're going to be able to take anything home. Who knows what comes with us.
I've got my bracelet.
I got Daisy and my little cool dragon pick. But you gotta do something for me before you go. And I walk up and I hand him Daisy. Carve something.
Carve something?
Take a dagger. Carve something. Whatever you want.
Ooh, alright. Turn around, kneel down real quick. I'm gonna pull out Jacob's knife from Jatoba's ship, and I'm going to carve in a Gucci symbol with an X going through it. Here you go, buddy.
That'll do.
Oh, you know what? This will be a good first picture for the second SD card that I have. And I pop in the new SD card. I'm going to take pictures of everything here, so when I come back, everyone can see everything.
Xander, if we don't end up going back, take a bunch of pictures, we could just send the SD card back.
That's true.
You could send video messages.
I only have one SD card, though, so I gotta...
You only have one extra.
Well, I didn't expect to be here. Anyway, everyone gather in. Let's take one last picture for this trip.
Come on in and wrap my arm around his shoulder.
Gathering in, Frederick around my neck.
Pebbles takes her usual spot, laying on her back, laying in front of everybody.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds so we're not all covered in blood.
Awesome.
Matthias jumps in, as well as Kingsley, flanking you all on the other side.
And I will send out the remainder of my good vibes, my healing light, so we kind of have like that golden hour, God rays type lighting around us, and everyone's just feeling better about this whole situation.
And I'm casting Fairy Fire, so there's fireflies interspersed throughout that.
Fuck it, I'll do dancing lights as well, just to toss in some extra little sparkles, their little music notes popping out in the sky.
And then I'll mage hand press the button.
Xander, we haven't done this in a long time. Can you roll me performance with advantage?
And my advanced bardic inspiration.
Is this the last roll of campaign 1?
I'll roll mine first to see. Hold on. 9.
All right. Let's hope I don't get a nat 1. That's a 32.
It's a masterpiece. It fills you with joy. There's all this emotion. There's nothing hidden in this picture. It's just your friends. It's the people you've grown with over the past few months.
All right, y'all. Stop wasting time. It's time to get home.
After the picture, I'm going to turn around to the Celestial that is with us, of Charlotte, and just look up at her. I'll see you soon. She'll just give a little bow, and as she bows, she slowly starts to dissipate. As she does, the form of hope where her heart was is still left over, and that's the last piece to dissipate.
Kingsley and Matthias make their rounds for their final hugs.
Give Xander the biggest hug ever.
Rightfully returned. Offering up daps to anyone that's accepting them that will go into hugs as well.
I would love the best performance dap. No, I won't ruin that 32 last roll. I'm going for the sickest of daps.
The dap heard around Helios.
Jett will try to go in for, I believe, his first dap ever.
When we go in,
So how do I do this thing?
it's just a quick 1, 2, and then the hands come out. And then
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Nice.
by this point, they're already hugging. Good luck, man. Say hi to your mom for me. Never met her, but she seems nice.
She'll appreciate you. You stay safe.
Will do. I think I'm gonna go find Bray. Get this bat thing under wraps.
He won't be alone. Kingsley puts his arm on your shoulder, Xander.
Man, if you thought you took cryptid road trips before, this is all you get to do now.
Oh yeah. You guys are gonna see some wild shit in 2 to 4 years.
I'll reach for the phone.
You open the phone and you see the call button glowing, screen showing that mix of the earthen colors, that blue, green, and brown.
This is it, guys. Everything we've worked towards. And everything we've done. Here it is. Are we ready?
Push it.
1 second. I'm gonna pull up Frederick, put him back in his balloon. What do you want to do, little buddy? Do you want to try to come with us? Maybe the balloon? We don't have ferrets just like you, but we have ferrets similar to you on Earth. And maybe the balloon will like protect your passage. I can give you some inspiration. And maybe you could come along with us. Or do you want to stay?
You see this big yawn and he just curls up in your hands like he's exhausted, cuddles into your hands.
I'll take that as a let's go. And I'm just gonna hug the balloon into my chest.
And I'll see you two soon. As I look towards Pebbles. One last thing to the three of you. Just promise us this. Never stop spreading hope. And I'll push the button.
A magical force you have felt many times by this point starts to surround you. Streaks of purple and black invade your vision as it feels like there's wind all around. The weightless feeling. Watching on, Xander, you see these same colors expanding outward from the phone like a perfect sphere of this magical energy encompassing the others. You can no longer see them behind this veil. The weightlessness continues as the air around you rushes more and more. Xander, you see that sphere of magic shrink rapidly till it disappears into thin air, and nothing is left. The others, you feel the weight start to come back to you as your feet touch the ground. Purple streaks begin to soften and you can see once again. You arrive in what looks to be a small village made of stone huts with thatched roofs. But you quickly realize you're inside, in the studio where you disappeared from. And as you step foot, the lights go out all around you. They flicker and flash back on.
Do I have Frederick?
You see beneath you, in your arms, instead of a large magical balloon, it looks like a plastic hamster ball. And inside is Frederick. But instead of any spots that he had blue, they are now brown.
Hey!
And as you look down, all of a sudden, your ears fall off.
Oh!
Are you okay? What the fuck?
Hands go to my ears.
You've had these long ears for so long, and now they're rounded at the top again. You see the prosthetics fall off.
I tug at my hair.
Comes off instantly.
Whoa, jump scare. I forgot you were blonde.
Oh my god.
It's real?
There's a moment of quiet before you hear a group of footsteps running towards the studio. Hello? No one's supposed to be back here. Studio is closed. From the front of the building, Big G rushes in. What are you doing here? Sebastian? You're back.
Hi.
Are you back for good this time?
You remembered me.
Of course I do. You're all over the news. It's been 2 months.
Yeah, it has.
The whole city just lost power for a second. Are you all okay?
No.
We should, I don't know, call the police, don't you think? You're all missing persons.
This is Earth. We're here. It's real.
Of course it's Earth. What do you mean? Where you been? You been hiding in the rafters?
We're at the actual studio.
Why you asking crazy talk, Jett?
I'm gonna whisper real quick under my breath to both of them. We didn't talk about this. Are we telling the truth?
I think we have to, or Xander being gone is gonna be a liability. And Kingsley, like this is just us. We have the SD card. I think we just be honest.
Okay. We've been gone.
Big G, you might have to call someone higher than the police. Can we talk to the president?
I don't have his number, Sebastian.
Can we talk to like the CIA?
The FBI?
I'll get the police here as soon as we can and we can figure this out. All right?
Big G, is my car still here?
No, we towed that long ago.
I need a ride.
A ride? Wait, no, you can't go anywhere, Jett. We gotta figure this out. You can't leave.
I'm leaving now.
Big G, it's best if you just let him go. Well, he'll meet us back here.
We've been gone for 2-3 months. We could stand a few more minutes.
Yeah, we need to... You see Big G's angry. He throws his hand up. I'm calling the police. Gets on his cell phone as he walks away from you.
Guys,
Just go.
I'm sorry.
Sneak out the back. Do whatever you need.
You have my number, right?
Probably not, but we got this. We'll find you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna run out of the building.
You are making your way to the nearest hospital. It's a few blocks to get there, but you're able to run through the streets of downtown LA.
In a suit of armor.
Sick.
There are dozens of people all around the sidewalks, eating outside of restaurants, walking their dogs. You see a few people look quizzically at you running through the streets. People are just gawking at you, running in full costume, but every once in a while you hear was that Jett Chambers? You quickly realize you are much more tired from running than you have been previously. Your stamina and muscles in Fendrea felt much hardier than they do right now as you run towards the hospital. Breathing a bit heavier than you'd expect, as you approach the hospital, you hear a small bark. Ahead of you, Pebbles is prancing down the street towards you. She's got a collar on and a leash with no one holding it. Behind her, a good 100 feet, looks like your old assistant running after her.
Girl, come here.
She beelines towards you. It's like she knew where you were. Runs up and is able to jump up into your arms.
Oh God, I missed you. Oh God.
This assistant continues running after you. Jett, are you okay? Are you? And you just continue running. You arrive at the hospital and rush into the main door. Excuse me, sir, can I help you?
Charlotte Chambers, where is she?
I can't give you that information without an ID, sir.
Look at my face. Who do you think it is?
Not gonna assume anything, sir.
I'm her goddamn son. Take me to her. Now.
This woman, obviously not understanding the gravity of the situation, she rolls her eyes, types on her computer a second. 3rd floor, room 311. You dash upstairs, Pebbles in hand, running towards room 311. You have to dodge doctors and nurses. They push carts of medical supplies through the hallways, and you rush into the room. You enter a somber scene, a game show on the TV muted. Your mother in her hospital bed. Next to her are a bunch of medications, a couple glasses of water half drank. She's hooked up to a heart rate monitor that beeps slowly with every beat of her heart. She's asleep as you enter the room. Eyes closed, shallow breaths move the blankets upon her chest, up and down.
Gonna put Pebbles at the foot of her bed. Rush over to her and grab her hand.
Hands clammy, a little bit cold. Give it a squeeze. Pebbles sits at the edge of her bed. As she opens her eyes just a little bit, looks over to you. Mello, is that you?
I'm here.
Am I dead again?
No. This is real. I told you I'd come back.
You're here. You're safe?
Yes. We made it.
That's all I could ever ask for.
Did so much for so long. And fought so hard for this. And I'm here.
You were away. But you were learning. And growing. You've become such an incredible soul. Seeing you one last time brings me more joy than I could ever imagine.
Why does it have to be the last time?
I know it's not fair. And if it were my choice, it wouldn't be. I don't know everything. I don't remember much these days, Mello, but I will never forget you. How you made life warm and exciting. She weakly grabs for your amulet around your neck. Know a part of me will always be with you. You have to embrace the journey ahead. Make the most of the time you have left. You have a heart so full of strength and love. Just know I'll be watching over you.
I'll grab onto her hand, holding onto the amulet, pull it down, breaking the amulet off my neck, putting that hand back onto her chest. You gave me strength and courage through everything. It's because of you that I'm back. And you'll always be with me. You'll always give me hope.
Can see a smile on her face. She pulls you in close for a hug. It is the weakest hug you've ever felt, but also the softest and warmest. I'll be waiting for you, waiting for the day we can share another hug. But don't rush. Take your time, Mello. Enjoy what life has to offer. Keep moving forward.
Whisper back into her ear. Keep moving forward.
Lies back down with her head heavily on the pillow as her heartbeat starts to soften. Charlotte's breathing slows. The heart rate monitor beeps. Softer and softer. Before the line goes flat. From there, we jump forward in time. The camera fades to black. When it fades in, we see a Morpha standing tall in the Crimson Grove. We move inside the massive tree to see Elijah speaking with Narina and Yasora as they each gaze at the newly sprouted Haveneye, where the first leaves begin to bloom. Elijah looks towards Garrett, who's sitting down on a nearby bench, no mask, no fluid container on his back, looking healthy. Entering in from the doorway is Kingsley, who walks over and gives them each a hug. You can see Kingsley speaking with the brothers, gesturing towards his staff. Garrett and Eli then look at each other. They look at the staff Kingsley holds, and then back to the Haveneye before they lock eyes once more. The camera steadies on their faces as they decide on their future. The camera goes dark and fades in again. This time on Pastow, we see May and Dugrin helping clean the wreckage of where the bridge pieces fell. The camera pans over to Cleo on a makeshift stage reciting poems for those who lost their homes, those who are helping to rebuild. Her father's at a nearby table serving food to the people in need. The camera focuses on a hot cup of coffee he just served, steam billowing into the air above. The steam changes with the scene to show dark smoke. The smoke comes from a chunk of stone. All of a sudden, the stone breaks, and you can see Zephyr holding a device that looks to be red hot, riding atop a giant's shoulder. The giant from the prison underneath Elverath, following them, the rest of the prisoners. They run to safety as the magistrate guards start screaming and try to wrangle any of the prisoners they can get their hands on. The camera zooms out from the city. It shows the chaos from above before a cloud passes in front of it. As the cloud completely passes, we see a bird's eye view of Valorith. Camera enters the palace, where we see Princess Velaspian arrives, with Adewolf at her side. She's gifted the crown of Valorith upon her return, but does not put it on. We see it gets broken down into separate pieces and adorned onto 7 necklaces. Velaspian keeps one, and she hands the other 6 pieces out to different advisors. Throne room is changed from 2 thrones to 7 normal seats. We then see Velaspian leaving the city of Valorith, and waiting for her on the bridge is Adewolf, holding a flower to her. They embrace and start the long walk across the bridge. The camera pans outward to look upon the sea, and as it continues to turn, we see the sea change to ocean. And we see the waves brushing upon the Newport docks of Faramore. A small magistrate army sits outside the Tolaby lighthouse. A magistrate officer yells orders to all the guards. You see the officer point to the lighthouse and then down beneath the ground as he yells. He turns to watch the magistrate force enter the lighthouse and head towards the Underdark. The officer then makes his way to the nearby lunar pleasantries and sits at a booth. He rips off his magistrate garb and drops in illusion. We see Dr. Grawl sitting at the booth and begin writing on a piece of paper. It's titled, "What to Do If You See Granny Fuck God." A waitress comes over to drop off a drink. reads the title and gasps. She drops her metal tray and it clinks onto the ground. We hear the metal clinking continue as we start to hear a whirring of a machine as the camera abruptly changes. It's a forest where Keith, the large floating eyeball machine, is searching through the trees. Keith turns quickly in one direction and starts making an alarm noise. We see behind him Brad rushing to keep up. They come upon one of the wild machine animals from your altercation with the Dark Angels. Brad is able to surprise it with a lasso made of cables and wrangle it in. A moment later, we see Brad and Keith re-entering Burndarium with all the wild machines back in hand. The camera steadies on a blinking red light atop one of the beasts, and as it zooms in, it turns to the glowing red of the Evergem. Magistrate officers are all around here, trying to keep people away from the now slightly unstable Evergem. Camera pans away, however, towards the magistrate barracks, where we see a single guard blocking the entrance, as all of a sudden, bird poop lands upon her head. In disgust, the guard leaves her post to clean up as soon as she can. As she leaves, we see footprints in the snow being made by someone invisible. The camera cuts to show the pigeon bubbles fly back onto Redstream's shoulder as he smiles and gives a nod. The camera then heads below ground, where Kingsley comes out from invisibility. He does a slight bow to Travis's body as he enters the battlefield where his mother perished. We see Kingsley not even look at the destruction around him. His eyes simply fall upon Keanopa's body. He's still a moment. He slowly walks over and places her head atop the body. He steps back and looks at her as there is uncertainty in his eyes. The camera slowly fades to black. As the camera fades back in, we rejoin Sebastian. It has been a week after your return to Earth. It's a Friday night. Where are you and what are you doing?
I am sitting alone in the van. It's a shoddy, white, 15-passenger van that the band uses to get around for shows. Sitting outside a venue, doing my vocal warm-ups, trying to just get ready for the night ahead.
You're playing at a small venue tonight. Everywhere was looking to book you, even mass places. Stadiums were contacting you. But instead, you decided an old dive bar on South Ave. Somewhere you've played a bunch before. Except this time it's very different. Outside, there is a line of reporters waiting behind red ropes with cameras and microphones, all waiting for you to get out of the van. Just outside of your van is a large security guard waiting to let you out.
Oh, I take a deep breath after doing the lip trills, the little over and over again, just trying to get ready. And one large exhale, I do a knock 3 times on the van window so the big boy will let me out.
And you're immediately bombarded by, Mr. Greensleeves, is it true what they say? You were never anywhere else. You were hiding beneath the studio. Mr. Greensleeves, were you just in it for the publicity? Mr. Greensleeves, when can we expect you to make a statement on your disappearance? The security guard keeps pushing you towards the door as you are ignoring these reporters. And you hear from the very edge of this line of reporters a younger voice. Sebastian! Sebastian! You look over and you see a thin teenager holding up a small microphone and filming on an old camera phone. He's got these long bangs that swoop in front of his face. He's wearing a ratty, obviously worn out, Get Stoked shirt. Did you ever get that Les Paul Silverburst you wanted?
As I get closer to the venue door, as the big guy's pushing me through, I'm going to slip through the door. Go get him. Bring him in. Pointing to the small teenager.
You see the security guard rolls his eyes, gestures the teenager to come through. You can see immediately he's got this big smile on his face as you bring the teenager into the venue, and he looks in amazement at this green room, and it's basically a single couch and a table in front of it with a mini fridge that's just plastered with stickers. Can I ask you a few questions about your music?
Please. That's all I want to talk about right now.
Yeah, my name's Carl. Carl Loves Music on YouTube. I interview bands I like. Let me know if you don't want to answer any of these. I can cut them out of the video. It's like I didn't ask him at all.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Cool. Do you still plan on doing music for the future? Or are you going to do more films and stuff?
The film was fun. It was a job. It got me out here. I don't know. I don't really know how I can live if I don't do more films. I guess if the right one comes up, maybe. But music is always number one.
I think Get Stoked's ready to go viral. Speaking of Get Stoked, how do you come up with the names for your songs? They never make sense, but that's the charm of it. I just wanted to know where they came from.
Well, it all started back when we were at our third show or something, and Dave actually went out to go get spaghetti from a gas station. I told him not to, but he did it anyway. And when we got back, there was an old ratty magazine in the green room, and he ended up spilling it on the magazine. The whole spaghetti, everything. I don't even know what gas station sells spaghetti. But I looked down and the noodles were curving around different words and stuff. So I picked the words out and it sounded funny. And not that I've been spilling spaghetti on magazines since then. That's just how it started, and I thought I'd keep up tradition.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually, that it came from that. I know you've been asked a lot about the last 2 months and you being gone. How do you think that experience is gonna affect your music?
I hope for the better. Mainly more things to write about. But also, I want people to enjoy the music because they like it. Not because I went through such a crazy experience. You know? Sure, listen to the song. Hear my point of view about what we did, my friends, how they impacted me, and how they're still the subject of the new songs that I'm writing now. But don't do that just because you want to be associated with me, you know?
They've been giving you a lot of attention. Do you enjoy all the attention you've been getting since you made it back to LA?
It's the one reason I've thought about stopping music for the first time in years. It's weird having people all around, and I don't know if this is out there. You saw that? The madhouse, the reporters, the cameras. If that's what making it big is all about, I don't really know if I want it.
Thanks, Sebastian. Or, sorry, Mr. Greensleeves.
No, shut up.
Okay,
Keep that in.
cool. I hope you enjoy and have a good first show back. I'm really excited to see you live.
Thank you. Thank you for treating me like a human. You can hang back here. You can watch backstage.
Really? That's awesome. You see the bodyguard re-enters the room with your guitar case, hands it to you.
All right, that's my cue. 5 minutes. So I'm gonna make sure Daisy's in tune, and I'll see you out there.
Nice to meet you.
I look forward to your video.
As Sebastian heads onto stage, the door to the green room is shut. The camera shifts abruptly to Blueberry. Where are you right now?
I am headed back to the Wildlife Learning Center. I used to go there at least once a year just for a little tour and donations and whatever, but starting this week I've started volunteering there. So I'm heading there to help out with the animals. I've got a wig on of a black bob, and I'm wearing a little surgical face mask, which I know that people in Asia have been wearing when they're sick or whatever, so it makes me less recognizable. And I'm wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses.
You enter into the Wildlife Learning Center and you see Maddie, younger woman with dark black hair, very long, thin glasses, wearing a black tee with punk graphics on the front. You know her as one of the people working here. Skylar, you're here.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. We have a huge day. I just wanted you to know it's been wonderful having you.
Oh.
You just connect with everyone here so much, and all the animals love you. The way you handle rodents, especially, most people struggle with that for a few weeks. Speaking of, did you bring your little friend?
I did. Out of my purse, I'll just pull up Frederick. He doesn't even need the ball. He's just been hanging out. It's like when girls like carry chihuahuas in their purses, but she carries Frederick.
Maddie immediately goes back behind the desk and opens a drawer, and there's just all these different types of treats for all the different types of animals that come out. Rumbles through and grabs one, gives one to Frederick. Today we have a special surprise. We just got a wolf.
A wolf?
It was hurt in a car accident, and we're going to learn how to take care of it.
Okay.
One of our newest volunteers set it up. He's here today. He's nice, but he says he's a magician.
A magician?
Yeah. Says he does like magic and stuff.
Is he any good?
I don't know. He just lost America's Got Talent, so...
Okay. Cool. So where is he?
Just out back. Cage is here. We're all ready to start training.
Okay.
Come on, you gotta meet him. Hell, you might like him.
I'm gonna start heading that way, but right before I exit out of the front office area, I like freeze. The corner of my eye, there's this like poster board of like news about endangered species and saving species and stuff. And there's this picture that looks just like Frederick. And it's this little news article about black-footed ferrets. It says that they've been extinct since like the 80s, but that they have this DNA sample of a female ferret from the 80s that in the next year they are hoping to clone. And it looks just like Frederick, except Frederick has like extra markings across his back. And I head towards the wolf area.
You follow through the back door out into the grass where the animals are kept. As the door closes, we flash to Xander. Xander, we see you atop a ship. Loud wind rushing past your ears as you're sprayed by the water and you look out onto the horizon. Xander!
Ahoy!
You turn around and see Chitoba heading towards you. You going to tell me who we are searching for? The guys are glad you're paying for them, but they need to know where we are going.
We are looking for... I mean, I hate to say rumor, but that's kind of what we're going for right now.
What is it? Who?
It's like a giant wolf person. It's fine. It's totally safe.
Can you come up with a lie that I can tell the crew? I'm not telling them that.
We are looking for the perfect place to set up a cartography business.
That's actually a good lie. You know that, right?
It's been working really well for me for a while. Yeah.
Where are the others? Are they doing okay?
They're doing great. They made it home. Like, home.
Oh, that's great. I don't mean to bring up the past. We didn't get to talk more before we set sail. What happened to you guys? We were waiting in Pastel for you, and you guys didn't come back, and thought something bad happened.
You know, if you want to hear one hell of a tale, let's sit down with some drinks later, and I'll regale the whole crew, because it's been a hell of a 2 months.
They could use it, and I guess I'm just glad you didn't get into too much trouble. I thought for sure you were a goner when those magistrate punks were on the ship.
Yeah, that was, that could have been an early end to what ended up being, like, I couldn't have imagined where we ended up. I'll tell you this, gods ain't shit. We took down like 3 or 4 of them in the last 2 months.
You stop lying, Xander. You know what? We'll get you where you need to go, and then we'll be off. You know, if you ever need us, it's a small world, but also a big one. We'll cross paths again. You're always welcome aboard my ship.
I appreciate that, Chitoba.
And he turns back to the crew, continues sailing. We see you look out off the deck of the ship, the sound of the bouncing of the ship off of the waves as we again fade to black. Time jumps forward once more. The camera fades in, this time upon the village of Corvine. There's a gathering of people outside the mouth of Auchendoth Mountain, gathered for a funeral for Fox. We see their mother, Tila, watching from the side as Blackbird delivers a speech to the people. Tila moves over and gives Blackbird a big hug as the speech is finished, and they turn to the crowd. The camera focuses on the crowd of people as they turn from a group of people mourning at the funeral to a large group of magistrate members and civilians, all watching a stage. Upon that stage is Commodore Fulton. We see a magistrate officer move up to him and whisper in his ear. Commodore Fulton whispers to the man, "Volazar is dead," before looking out upon the crowd of people watching, and then off to the side, where 5 individuals are chained with bags upon their head. "Good," he whispers back to the officer. The 5 individuals are brought onto the stage and drop down to their knees. Commodore Fulton raises a magistrate banner as one by one the individuals are unmasked. "For assassination of a magistrate officer, you are all sentenced to death for high treason. The magistrate lives on." Commodore Fulton brandishes a blade and puts it upon Lobos' neck. The camera pans towards the crowd as the sound of a swing can be heard. The crowd recoils and closes their eyes. The camera focuses on a young girl in the crowd who runs from her father's arms. As she runs through the crowd of people, we see her change from one little girl to another, running towards a group of children. We see the people of Hazel Rest gathered around the central square. Celeste and Theodore trying to convince people to dance to the music being played, but the people are still not having it. We see the group of children that this girl joined watching Umtar as he does magic tricks for entertainment. He creates an illusion that looks like there's a small man on him, standing on his shoulder, climbing up his head, and finally running across his arms. And as this little tiny man runs back and forth on Umtar's outstretched arms, he turns into Aster, crossing the statue that spans the 2 sides of Kokar. We follow Aster up and through to the dangerous side of Kokar, but you can see a bunch of Kokari people are here as they continue cleaning the city. There are piles of bodies, part humans, hybrid beasts, full beasts, all piled up but dead, cut from the influence of Nyla. Aster moves to the edge of the city where a group of people are beginning construction on a bridge to connect the 2 sides of Kokar. He looks down into the rift beneath the city with sadness in his eyes. He gets too close to the edge, and a piece of stone falls from the bridge. The camera follows the chunk of stone, but instead of seeing the water below, we see the chunk falling into a black void. The camera slowly pans up to the source of this falling stone. Chunk after chunk drops from a small island of dirt floating in the void of Arborea. The tower completely fallen around it. We see where the Haven Eye used to stand. The tree itself is gone, broken down, rotted, decayed, and blown away. All that stands left are the vines grown by Blueberry, tracing every branch of where the Haven Eye used to be. A silhouette, a shell of what once was. The camera pans back down to where Varian lie beneath the surface. It zooms in until all we can see is black stone. And when it pulls back, we see statues made of gray. A human man riding a large dog with wings. An elven woman wearing a long dress crafting plants, a ferret atop her shoulder. A human man in a snapback giving finger guns with a fiendish imp tugging at his pant leg. And a human man playing a guitar, head back and laughing. The new statues sit in the public gardens of Helios. The camera moves out until we can see Matthias drop a few flower petals at the statue's feet. He gives a nod before turning away, back towards the university. As he walks, behind them there is a chorus of claps from the people of Helios, seeing the newly revealed statues. The clapping continues as our view shifts in an instant and lands upon Blueberry. Blue, you are seated alone at a circular table. There are 3 other chairs here, a beautiful floral centerpiece in front of you. This is the premiere of Through the Realms of Myria. A small toast was just given as polite claps are being shared while they wait for the rest of the guests to arrive. What is Blue wearing to the premiere?
It's designer, made from recycled plastic. I think Calvin Klein does that. Reinterpretation of her blueberry yellow dress, but it's more like sleek. And she has handcrafted a flower crown.
You sit here waiting for the event to begin. Tons of security all around. You can see fellow actors from the movie. Some people come over and give you hugs. Other people look at you quizzically from afar. A few moments this go by. A waiter brings over some water and fills your glass. Before there is a commotion coming from the entrance. You see security is confused and questioning someone until you see a large security guard start heading towards your table with Sebastian behind him. Sebastian, what are you wearing?
It would probably be a white button-down shirt with a tie, black skinny jeans, Converse, and instead of a suit jacket, it's more of a longer blazer, almost trench coat-like.
The security comes up to you, Blueberry, with Sebastian just behind him. Ma'am, I'm sorry to bother you. This man has a ticket that says he is seated at this table upon your request. If you just let us know that this was a mistake, we can take him out of here.
No. This is exactly correct.
Thank you. I kept telling them.
This is one of my best friends.
Thank you. He keeps putting his hands on me.
And he worked on the movie.
Yeah, but normally this is reserved for the A-list actors. I'm just making...
And he's one of my best friends.
The security eyes dashed between Blueberry and Sebastian. Apologies for the misunderstanding.
Thank you.
Sebastian puffs his blazer, straighten it out, and almost like shoulder checks the air, but after he's turned his back.
Sebastian, you take your seat at the table.
Are you excited?
Yeah, kind of nervous. I can't remember a single thing from the movie other than the last scene.
Right. Are they even going to use the scene we shot? Because it's just gone. Like, that's when we left. Are they just going to use the normal?
I don't know.
I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
And free food.
Yeah, sure.
10 minutes or so go by as you converse with each other until there's another commotion at the entrance, this time with lots of flashing lights. You see security parting the way through the paparazzi, and Jett is moving towards your table. Jett, what do you look like? And who are you with?
Leading the way, of course, is the one and only Pebbles. With a little bow tie, she's wearing one of those big, puffy, custom-made North Face jackets, all white with all the stitching accented as pink. She has a pink leash leading to Jett. On her collar, Jett has put his amulet. Jett is wearing a completely pink tuxedo with a white undershirt. His nails are painted white as well. With him, the same man that you saw in the picture that was laying on the ground in his bedroom. He's wearing an all-white tuxedo with a pink undershirt as well. His nails are painted pink. Jett is holding his hand, bringing him to the table.
You guys ready for prom?
Funny. I'll help him into a seat.
You look great.
Thanks. You look good too, buddy.
I know it.
But waiter, is there a seat for this one? Point towards Pebbles.
She can sit on my lap.
High chair, okay?
No, we'll just do the lap. It's fine.
Did you bring a lint roller?
Heck no.
Oh, man. Blue, please.
I have a mini lint roller here.
Oh, thank you. I knew I could count on you. Wait, where's Frederick?
He's here. I open the purse.
Guys, I'd like to introduce you both to my new partner, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
So nice to finally meet you in person.
Oh, is this like first outing? Is like couple click cameras?
If you couldn't tell from all the attention, yeah.
I kinda figured.
Never really thought I'd do this before. But I don't know. After everything, I feel like I have a new sort of freedom, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
There's a lot to look forward to. And I'll grab his hand.
Guys, I'm married.
What?
What?
Yeah.
And you tell us now?
Who?
I didn't bring him. I didn't bring him because we're still trying to figure out the whole publicity thing. We haven't reached your level of courage yet. I was married before we left, but then we filed for divorce. We didn't finalize it before we got sent away. And then when we got back, I met him I saw him a week later and we just worked it out. He's vegetarian now. Yeah.
We spent 2 months walking through planes of existence that we didn't think even existed.
I thought we broke up.
And I thought we bonded, Blue.
Am I interrupting something? Director Cliff Williams gets up from his seat and comes up from a nearby table.
Oh, nope, nothing of noteworthy.
We're good, not learning new things about each other.
Welcome back to LA. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to speak with you individually yet. There have been much controversy associated with your disappearance, and now your return. So sorry what happened to you. No one can explain it to this day. I don't understand it. Can't even explain what I saw with my own eyes. Very sorry to hear about Kingsley and Xander, as well as Garrett. I hope they are safe wherever they are. If you'll excuse me, I have a speech to prepare for. Just wanted to say, welcome back.
It's not your fault. I mean, well, kinda, but we won't go into detail.
Tenses up when you say that, starts walking a little faster to the stage.
While this premiere is happening, in Sebastian's pocket, it suddenly feels like there's something there that wasn't there before.
Jett, did you, reverse pickpocket me?
What are you talking about? I just put pebbles on your lap.
Yeah, but did you slip something into my pocket?
How could I? My hands were full with a gorgeous girl.
I don't know. It could be a fancy magic trick. Like sleight of hand, you put the dog down and then whoop, right in on your way out.
Sebastian, buddy, there's no more magic here anymore.
Okay, but he's talking about sleight of hand. That's literally the kind of magic we have here.
Yeah.
But I'm not a magician.
I don't know your many talents, and I'm going to look at my pocket.
And you'll pull out, it's a note, it looks kind of crudely written and drawn out, but if you have looked at any of the pictures from the SD card, you would have seen the picture of the sky. And on the note, it says, I hope this went to the right Sebastian's pocket. Forgot to tell you guys about the constellations that I picked out for you guys. So it's just the constellations drawn out on the note. In context, mechanically, I cast banishment on the note and just thought, Sebastian's pocket, Sebastian's pocket, Sebastian's pocket, Sebastian's pocket.
I'm gonna display that out on the table.
What?
We got constellations in Vendrea.
Have you had that in your pocket this whole time?
No.
We don't have those pants anymore, man. They're not the same, right? And I'll just start looking at his pants.
No, these aren't Gucci. You wouldn't catch me dead wearing that.
Okay, all right. How did you get this?
Listen, when I asked if you reverse pickpocketed me, I assumed you put something in there. Something was just in there. The paper.
So he can send us stuff. As long as it's from here.
I guess so. I guess that's how we get the SD card and stuff. But for now, we have this. I'll pass it over to Blue so she can look at her constellation.
Looking at it.
The individual ones, Blueberries, it looks like a hyena that is in mid-laugh because, that has been some of the most iconic Blueberry wild shapes has been into a giant hyena. Sebastian's was a daisy that has a neck coming out of it, like a guitar. And then Jett's was a dragon head. He drew the moon and just pointed at it and said, "That's me."
As the photo is being passed around, I want to take a cocktail napkin and write on the back of it and slip it in my pocket, hoping that it goes back. I know it probably won't, but it's a verse from the song Sebastian wrote for Xander.
You put that note in your pocket. In that pocket is your sending stone. You've tried it since you've been back, and it's just a rock. But it fits nicely in there. And who knows? Things from Earth have appeared in Xander's pockets before, especially of people he's connected with. And Xander, there's something in your pocket.
Oh man, I wish This is a nice poem, but I don't know if it's supposed to be sung. I don't have a sense of beat at all.
I have this if you want to know the words.
Oh my God, yes.
Xander, this is a song called Sleep Among the Stars. Whether here nor there, close or far, you shall lay upon the grass and sleep under the stars. Let your mind expand from Jupiter to Mars, for once again you'll float through space and sleep among the stars.
I love it.
As the lights go dim, and on the stage, Cliff takes his place at the podium. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the premiere of Through the Realms of Myria. The filming of this movie has been nothing short of monumental. It is inherently otherworldly in nature. As all of you know, a freak accident occurred that is still yet to be explained. Some of the cast and crew working on the movie disappeared during the filming. We have just recently been blessed by some of their return. Through the Realms of Myria is the biggest budget Hollywood production to date. That is, if you include the manhunt cost looking for the disappeared individuals. There is just this quiet to the room with one or
Sebastian
two.
laughs at that. No, Sebastian
Yeah.
laughs at that.
Jett's laughing too.
Jett and Sebastian start laughing, and other people are like, oh no, this is okay to laugh at, and there's more of a chorus of laughs.
It's like when you're in a situation where you know you shouldn't laugh, and me and Jett are just like side-eyeing each other, and we just break.
I'm just like hand to mouth stifling.
We are here for a triumph of creativity. I do want to give a moment of silence for those who still have yet to return back to LA. Wherever they are, we wish them peace, love, and happiness. There is a moment of silence in the room that everyone abides by. As for the movie itself, it embodies everything one needs to be a true hero. We follow the heroes of our tale as they find friends they didn't know they needed, as they grow in body and mind while facing increasingly difficult challenges, as they face against an impossible evil to save the world in which they inhabit. And with their triumph, their next adventure begins, though this time, they choose their adventure. And with that, let us all enjoy the movie. The lights go dark as Cliff comes off the stage and the screen is lowered. The projector begins as we see the opening credits of the movie. Director Cliff Williams appears as the camera starts flying through the dark clouds. The camera continues and we see cameraman Xander Supreme as there's a howl in the distance. We flash to Xander walking through a dark forest. Above, the large Frendrayan moons are illuminating the night sky, and they sit in a perfect line.
Ready or not, Bray, here I come. And I'll turn into the werebat form.
The camera stays still as Xander moves out of frame through the forest before it pans up to the moonlit sky. It focuses on the three moons. As the camera begins to darken, the vision of our large central Fendrayan moon turns to the earthen moon. The camera then pans back down to Earth. After the premiere of the movie has ended, we see Sebastian, Blueberry, Jett, Pebbles, and his partner leave the building, each of you going your separate ways. Sebastian heads to an old white van where his bandmates are waiting, door open, trailer being pulled behind them. Blueberry moving to a waiting limousine, paparazzi snapping as many pictures as they can. Jett opening the door of his Tesla for his partner, who sits down and Pebbles jumps into his lap. We see the camera pan up to the stars and fade one last time. And for our campaign, that's a wrap.
Me.
Woo!
Damn.
Damn, man.
Wow.
Damn.
What a journey. Love you guys.
Can I do the Travis? Let's do it again.
Thank you guys for being here. Wouldn't have wanted to do this with anyone else. Very emotional. I'm sorry. I'm crying a little bit. And to the listeners, thank you all so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed season 1 of Cast Party. There's so much more to come. In 2 weeks, we'll be doing a campaign wrap-up, so if you go to any of our socials, Discord, any place you can find us online, we're going to be looking for questions about Season 1 as well as upcoming Season 2 that we'll talk about during that recap. 2 weeks from now is that recap, and then just 2 weeks after that, Season 2 begins. We got lots of exciting things. If you can't wait that long, we will be doing a behind the scenes over on Patreon for this episode. And just thank you so much for all your support. Cast Party wouldn't be the same without you, the listeners. You help us strive to be the best we can be and making us want to create these intricate and engaging stories. I speak for myself, and I'm assuming all the cast that we're so excited for Season 2. We hope you are too. We have some super awesome surprises planned. So come back and enjoy another story with us. And we have one final goodbye. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
So we're recording episode 1 of Season 2 right now? Or...
Thank you all so much for listening to the season finale of Cast Party. As always, at the end of our episodes, we want to give out shout outs to our Walk of Famers. And this time we have everybody here. Say hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Again, thank you all so much to all of our patrons and specifically our Walk of Famers, who we're going to start with a new guy.
And
Dragons.
Dubword.
Eric 5.
Forerunner.
Frankie.
Heather.
Isuik.
Jesky Fire.
Jesse.
Jonas.
Jin.
Kaylee.
Lady Lorax.
Lexi.
Opti.
Bean.
Bass drop.
Ebab Flow.
Sar Fury.
Slimy.
And Bubba.
Thank you all so much for supporting us, and we can't wait to show you all Season 2. Bye-bye.
I think.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so